She had endured it for so long, 12 long years, 12 years of constant bleeding, of pain that never seemed to end. It's hard for us to imagine such suffering, the way it consumed her every thought and action. But more than the physical pain, there was the shame, the isolation. In those times her condition made her ritually unclean. She was an outcast, forbidden from worship, from touch, from the comfort of community. Can you imagine the loneliness, the yearning for connection? Every day was a reminder of her brokenness. Yet, beneath the surface of despair, a flicker of hope remained. She had heard whispers of a healer, a man named Jesus, who possessed extraordinary power. People told stories of the blind seeing, the lame walking, the sick being made well. Could he perhaps be the answer to her prayers, the one to finally lift the curse that had haunted her for so long? She couldn't ignore the whispers any longer. The possibility, however improbable, ignited a spark of hope within her. What if this Jesus could really heal her? What if this was her chance to break free from the chains of her affliction? Driven by this newfound hope, she resolved to find him. She had to see this miracle worker for herself. She joined the throng of people pressing toward Jesus, her heart pounding with a mix of fear and anticipation. She knew her presence was forbidden, her touch considered unclean. But desperation fueled her determination. In her heart, she clung to the belief that even the slightest touch might be enough. If only she could brush against his cloak, she thought, maybe, just maybe she could be made whole again. As Jesus moved through the crowd, she saw her opportunity. With unwavering resolve, she inched closer, her eyes fixed on the fringe of his garment. It was just within reach. She stretched out her hand, her fingers trembling, and grazed the edge of his cloak. The touch was barely perceptible, yet in that instant something extraordinary happened. Power surged from Jesus, a tangible force that flowed through her body. The bleeding stopped instantly. The pain that had been her constant companion for 12 long years vanished. She felt different, whole, renewed. It was a miracle. Jesus, sensing the outflow of power, stopped abruptly and turned to the crowd. "Who touched my clothes?" he asked. His disciples, perplexed by the question, responded, "You see the people crowding against you, and yet you can ask, 'Who touched me?'" But Jesus, his gaze sweeping over the throng, was looking for someone specific. The woman, her heart pounding in her chest, knew she could no longer remain hidden. Trembling, she fell at his feet, confessing that it was she who had touched him. Jesus, however, didn't recoil or chastise her. Instead, he looked upon her with eyes filled with compassion and said, "Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace and be freed from your suffering." It was a moment of profound transformation, not just for the woman's physical body but also for her spirit. She had come seeking healing, and she received it in abundance.